everyone, today we're going to go over the long range in today's video, so let's get right into things. Quick warning, the information in this video could change, so take it with a grain of salt, but I wanted to let you know what the future could look like. Okay, we're looking at the temperature anomalies into the future here on the GFS, showing what it could look like over the next few days or maybe even weeks here. We're not going to look too far in the future, but we are going to go to the end of this model run to see what it shows here. Some of the stuff later on we talk about will probably change, but I do want to just show you what could potentially happen here in the future, especially within the next week or so. So here we are looking at around today. We're seeing some cooler temperature anomalies going on for the western and central United States here right now, with maybe a little bit cooler temperatures, especially in the mountain areas. Looks like we're seeing a little cooler than average here. And then in the eastern United States, we're seeing warmer than average temperatures going on potentially here today. And up here in Canada, maybe seeing some warmer than average temperatures going on. So now we're going to fast into the future. Later on, heading into Thursday, we're going to see some of this cooler air make it more into areas of the Midwest, Mid-South here. We're going to see a little bit of those below normal temperatures here, a little pocket of cold air going on. Still some of that cooler air here for areas of the mountain areas. We're also seeing a little bit of cooler air down here in California. Then we're still seeing that warmer air here for the eastern United States going on into Thursday. As we head into Friday, that cooler air continues to move east into areas of Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky here. We see this cooler air continue to move its way east here as we start to see a little bit of a warm-up try to occur here in the central United States after that little bit of a cool down going on. And we see that warmer air stays up there in Canada with cooler air for the western United States here as we head into Friday. As we start to head into Saturday, that cooler air continues to move east. We see all that warmer air continues to move east also to more of Kentucky, Tennessee, that just saw some cooler air. And then still some cooler air for the western United States going on. And that warmer air still in Canada by Saturday. As we fast forward, we may see a little more of a cold pocket near Saturday and Sunday, where we will see a potential for a system to come through with that little pocket of cold air. Not much of a pocket of cold air, but still a little bit. See all that warm air eventually makes it here for a lot of the eastern United States here. And the Central Plains looks pretty warm by potentially Sunday here. So definitely a possibility and a little bit of cooler air for the western United States. As we go into the future here, we see that warmer air could, by Monday next week, move into areas of the Central Plains, Midwest here. A lot of above normal temperatures being possible. A big pocket like 11 or more degrees above normal being possible here, as we may have a little bit of cooler air going on off the coast in some areas inland there. Then maybe a little bit of warmer air up here in the northeast being possible. Looks like a lot of the western United States starts to heat up a little more, not much in the way of cooler than average temperatures by Monday next week being possible. As we continue on into around Wednesday next week here, we're seeing a little bit of warmer air for the northeast potentially going on. But by this time, it starts to get a little wacky here, so it could still change on this here. But it does show warmer air here for the northeast, then some cooler air maybe in the Midwest being possible, and then maybe a little more of a warm-up heading into the west here, except areas of California here. And then as we fast forward even more, that cooler air just dives into areas of the eastern United States if this does come to fruition here, from areas of Michigan all the way over into the North Carolina, Virginia, looks like Maryland, Delaware there. We are seeing some cooler temperatures maybe by Thursday next week. But still, this is very likely to change here, especially seeing something like this. Probably won't happen, but we'll see. There's that possibility that this could happen. Then maybe some above normal temperatures, quite a difference there from Pennsylvania to Maine of above normal temperatures here. So quite a difference between below normal and above normal right next to each other, it looks like there. Then maybe a little bit of a warm up here again for the Central Plains going on. As we fast even more forward to the end of this model run here, We are seeing a lot of warmer air for the Midwest, Central Plains, parts of the Mid-South, and seeing a little bit of below normal temperatures going on, potentially in some areas of the Northeast, and a little bit of cooler temperatures here in the mountain snow region in some parts of the western United States. Now we're looking at our precipitation on the GFS to see what could happen here in the future, potentially here today. Shows some rain showers and storms going on potentially for the eastern United States potentially today, with a little bit of snow going on in the Midwest. We discussed this more in yesterday's video, so go check that out if you want to find out more information on what's potentially going on today. Also, a little bit of rain and snow moving into areas of California where we'll have to watch for the flash flooding threat being possible here. So as we fast forward, we see that rain continues to move east, even some snow maybe moving into areas of Maine there, into Canada, and some areas of the Midwest. Even some rain and snow going on for the western United States near California, Washington, Oregon, potentially a little bit of snow. As we fast on forward, as we head into around Friday, we could be seeing a little bit of snow going on here for areas of the western United States. Maybe a little bit of snow showers going on, maybe for the Northeast also. But actually, it looks like by Friday, it looks pretty calm for a lot of the U.S., at least here in the Central Plains and most of the Mid-South here and Southeast. We're pretty calm weather-wise, even areas of Southwest pretty calm maybe by Friday. Other than those little patches of snow being possible, it looks pretty calm for most of the lower 48 here. As we fast forward here, we see a little bit of that rain and snow moves on to the coast here, California, Washington, maybe a little bit of Oregon too. Some rain and snow going on for some of those areas. And then we see that little system being possible around Saturday in areas of the Central Plains here, in areas of Iowa and Nebraska. We may see a little bit of snow being possible. And then south of there, maybe a little bit of rain being possible for a few areas here. The small has been hinting that for a little while, and the European is kind of hinting at a little storm being possible this weekend, but doesn't look like anything too major. If you watch in the future, it kind of fizzles out as it continues to move east into areas of Iowa, Wisconsin. Doesn't look like a big major blizzard or winter storm here. So it just looks like maybe a little light winter storm, not much here. And then maybe by Sunday, some thunderstorms going on down here in the south from areas of Texas all the way over to Virginia. Maybe some showers and thunderstorms being possible. We also see maybe some rain and snow going on for the western United States by Sunday being possible here also. As we fast forward even more, we see that rain and snow continues to move its way east. Looks very light in the way of snow, at least to what it shows right now. And maybe a little bit of rain and showers going on just inland. And most of it is off the coast by this time on Monday, maybe, according to what it shows, at least at the moment. So, but maybe a little bit of rain going on in some of these areas, and then maybe a little bit of rain and snow going on for areas of the west coast being possible, some of those areas. As we fast forward even more, into around Tuesday, even more rain and snow going on for the western United States, especially in California, Oregon, even Washington there. We're also seeing just a little bit of flurries up in the Northeast. It looks like most of the eastern United States, though, stays pretty calm here. Looks like by Tuesday next week, with that low system moving out. As we fast forward even more, we just continue to see that rain and snow going on for areas of the western United States, which is not good for this area because that's going to cause potentially flash flooding and high snow amounts going on in some of those areas. And it shows by maybe Wednesday next week, this is where the models start to get a little iffy by this time. Because usually the more you go far out, the more unlikely it is to happen here. But it does show maybe a system coming up into the coast here, causing some rain and snow here. Now as we fast forward, causing maybe a winter storm going on by January 12th here on Thursday next week here. Maybe a snowstorm going on from the northeast here, with a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow maybe, and rain going on for the northwest here. Looks like we get a little bit of a break around Thursday there. As we fast forward, that looks like nor'easter would move out of the northeast. Then we see a little bit of rain and snow going on maybe for central areas of the U.S. Then a little bit of rain and snow going on for the western U.S. Doesn't look like anything too big by this time. As we fast on forward even more into the weekend here, we see maybe some rain and snow. And then by the end of this model run, getting close to here, around Monday on January 16th, it shows potential maybe rain and thunderstorms going on with a potential blizzard or winter storm going on here on the northern side here in the Midwest going on. Probably very unlikely to happen because of how far this is out here, but still a possibility we'll have to watch near January 16th, but still many days out. It's like 2 weeks away from now, so I wouldn't worry about this too much here, but something we'll watch. And then it shows this is going to move up into the northeast and cause some problems up there, but the chances of that happening are pretty low here. And then another winter storm from the Midwest, it looks like, right after that. So it's a little far out. These models change by this time, so I wouldn't worry about anything that's showing here past what we just looked at here. I do want to show the European models look at this here. As we fast forward into the future around Saturday and Sunday, we do see a potential mini snowstorm going on for areas of the central United States. This one brings it a little more south here, but doesn't change very much here from the GFS. It's kind of in a similar path as what it shows. This doesn't look to be too much of a problem, but still a little bit of light snow, maybe a little snowstorm going on there here in the future, and rain and snow going on for the western United States. But that's not what I want to focus on with this model. As we fast forward, after that, we see that storm moves out here. Then we start seeing some rain and snow going on over here in the western United States. And watch as we go forward, potentially next week, according to the European model, it shows a potential storm coming up next week around Thursday into Friday next week, with maybe severe weather going on, maybe on the southern side, and a potential snowstorm going on the northern side in the Midwest. So the European model is showing something different from the GFS. The GFS was not showing this. The European model is showing a potential storm next week. So definitely something we're going to have to monitor here on the channel, as there will be a chance of another storm next week being possible, and then another storm going on here in the western United States with more rain and snow going on. So, and then it shows, according to the European, by the end of its model run, it does show a little bit of a snowstorm here for maybe the southeast near the Carolinas. So, most likely this probably won't happen, but it's still a chance here of happening, especially the next storm it shows here. We will have to watch, as there will be a chance of maybe another storm being possible in these areas here. So, definitely something we'll watch. I'll continue to monitor it here on the channel and give you guys updates throughout the next few days and weeks here if anything changes. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to try my best to upload here in the future. I did just start school today, so that's why my upload was a little late today, but hopefully you guys still enjoyed.